Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today, we're going to be doing the tarot scopes for the sign of Libra. That's Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising for the month of June 2022. And before we get to the chart, the cards, I'm going to be using the Light Seers Tarot. Let's take a look at the astrology. This is going to be very basic astrology. We do have Mercury Retrograde as we start the month. It does go direct on the 3rd. So that Mercury Retrograde sort of takes the pressure off. At the time it goes direct, it is in the sign of Taurus. It will move back into Gemini on the 13th. Things will flow a little bit easier for you when that happens. So if there has been difficulties in communications, we should do much better with that, actually. We do have a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius this month. That full moon activates, let's see, for you, Libra, that would be your 3rd house and 9th house. 3rd and 9th house. So an illumination around your mind, something maybe that you didn't know, or one of those sort of like aha moments or light bulb moments. You'll have one of those at that time. And then we also have a new moon in the sign of Cancer that's occurring on the 30th of June. And for you, that is happening in your house of your house of your your career house. And new opportunities there, new opportunities. Neptune does go retrograde the same day of the new moon in Cancer. Mercury is in Pisces at this time, and we're looking at your 6th house there. So be aware of subtle changes with that Neptune. Neptune being in there makes things hard to diagnose to start with, but the change will be subtle. The change will be subtle, and so keep your sort of antennas up for that. That could be change in your health. Doesn't mean that you're going to get sick. It could mean that you're getting well. It doesn't necessarily, it's just pay attention. It's hard to keep balance and homeostasis in such chaotic times. And with Neptune in your 6th house, it can be toxins that mess you up, or it could even be toxic thoughts. So it doesn't even have to be an actual chemical. So you have to be very, very aware of, in a way, your psychic boundaries with that combination. Okay, so let's see. I'm using, as I said, I'm using the Light Seers deck. Let's see. And I've been sort of vibing things out. So let me see if I can get any kind of look here, any kind of. I hear a bell. For whom the bell tolls. The bell tolls. The bell is ringing. You know how they would ring the bell when it was time to eat, ring the bell when it was time to go to church. Pay attention to the sounds, the ringing of the bells, the chimes. It's like that, It's a Wonderful Life thing. You hear a bell and some angel's getting his wings. There's some truth to that at this time. They're showing me a peach. They're saying, eat the peach, ignore the fuzz. Maybe they're talking to me. I love peaches, but I don't like eating the fuzzy part. But sometimes, that's what you have to do to get to the sweetness. So sometimes there's a little displeasure before you get to the sweetness of something. Okay, what else are you showing me? These are funny images. I'm hungry. I am not hungry either. Back to the images. Let things settle. Don't feel the need to push in one direction to compensate for another direction. Let things settle. Move up and watch it settle. It will settle. It will settle. So whatever is not settled will settle over this month, I think. Okay. All right. I think that's good. So let's take a look. La 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 la. Da, 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 da. All right. One more after this. Woo-hoo. Okay. Oops. Need a better desk. Try to set it up so you can actually see the cards. I used to do that, but you'd have to see the cards upside down. I just don't have the technical capacity here. Okay, okay, we start with the King of Cups. The King of Cups. The King of Cups is an energy of somebody who is sensitive, soft, maybe not too action oriented. This is somebody who sort of feels it through, thinks about it, ponder. This person can be ponderous, or you're pondering something. And an understanding of that idea of, again, I'm seeing that idea of sort of things going back and forth and waiting for things to settle. Waiting for things to settle. Going with the flow even. See what crosses that. The Hanged Man. Well, you don't really have a choice. For those of you who feel stuck, take the time to watch the water, to watch the feelings, to feel the feelings. They're going to give you the answers that you need. At the base of this is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is somebody who's fretting, who's worried. There's all this worry. There's all this anguish. It's mental anguish. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. And I think it speaks to what these cards are trying to tell us, right? Things aren't going to be just like cut and dry and black and white. And when you try to fit it into the flow, it can make you feel like you have no control over your life, because the control is not about the control in the outer world. The control is about how poised you can be within your inner self. Let's see the past. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands. This is, now here's another king. This is very interesting. So in the past, we have, in the present, we have the King of Cups, which is an energy of dominion over your feelings. In the past, we have dominion over your spirit, or dominion over that which inspires you. You see that up there? That's Kenas. That's Kenas. For those of you who are also Geminis, right? You might have done the Gemini reading. That was the rune. Okay, let's see. What's in the sky? The Nine of Pentacles. There's a lot of abundance available to you. So if that's what you're worried about, Spirit is saying, don't bother. But I'm not sure that's what's really got you. This could be, well, I want to continue before I decide what it was. Oh, we have the Two of Cups coming up in the immediate future. Well, that's very nice. That's very much a Libra card. Like even Libras would be like, oh, but for some reason, like you're nervous about something, right? You're nervous about something. You know what? A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are going through a lot of things, but it's okay for you to find love. It's okay for you to, it's not selfish for you to find happiness amongst the chaos and the confusion and the pain. It's okay. How it's seen from the outside, the Seven of Wands. You're seen as somebody who's tapped in. You're tapped in. People see it. People know it. Again, Wands, you can, fire is very self-referential. It has to be, because if the wick runs out, the fire is gone. So fire people have to know, not that you're a fire person, but this is the lesson I feel in this card. The fire people have to know, they always have to look ahead, like to see what's next. And people feel like you can do that. People feel like you have the capacity to look ahead. Your domestic situation, the Eight of Pentacles, a lot of work. This is, was it Aquarius? They said go on vacation. In yours it says get to work. So there's work to be done. There's details to be figured out. Hopes and fears, the Seven of Swords. You're worried that people are going to get away with something. Okay, so this looks to me, what's underneath this is injustice. The injustice that drives you crazy. But understand that the injustice that you see is part of a cycle where people have to come to an understanding. Things will settle. Outcome, the Ten of Wands. This is you're on a journey, you're on a trek. The Ten of Wands is a lot of burdens. If you want to make it up the hill. A friend of mine just came back from Tibet. This kind of looks like that energy, right? Yak. All right, let's see if we can put, Ace of Wands, new ideas. So we have the Ten of Wands followed by the Ace of Wands. So that's an ending and a beginning. The Page of Cups. This is high ideals, dreams, innocence. And the Queen of Swords, but with really, really good judgment. So new opportunities coming after something ends. That something ends, that Ten of Wands, unburdening yourself by the end of the month. Come July, there's a new beginning. And it's based on maybe some pie in the sky dreams, but on quite a bit of good judgment. Wow, that's interesting. It went into next year. We have underneath it, we have the Page of Pentacles. This is new opportunities. That might be part of what comes to you next month. Justice. So this is your card. Do not worry. Justice will happen. The Knight of Swords. They'll find out. They'll find out who gave these people the marching orders. Okay, that's what I want to say. All right, let's pick a rune card. I've picked rune cards for all the air signs this month. Okay. Where are we? Where did my rune cards go? Okay, there. So this is a rune card for the sign of Libra. Earth. This is the bag. This is symbolic of the bag that holds the stones and the staves, or in the case of the African divination, the cowrie shells, or the bones, the chicken bones. I don't know if you've ever done a chicken bone thing, and that's a lot of fun. But this is about, throwing the lots, this is divination, an attempt to look into the future, wanting to know when it's going to end. Says Perth is the rune of fate and the unmanifest, the rune of probability and the role of luck in the evolutionary process of all things, the universe at play. evolutionary force, coincidence, living with the unknown, the art and magic of guessing, pattern recognition, divinations, good omen, fellowship, joy, evolutionary change. You're holding the bag. You're the bag person. Holding the runes of fate. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you are interested in having a reading with me. There's a link below, theseedtotransformation.com. You can contact me, and I do astrology, Kabbalah, and a combination thereof. And I'll see you again next month in July for the Taroscopes for July. I'd like to think it's far away, but I know how fast May went, and I imagine June's going to be even faster, especially with all the fun we're going to have watching the January 6th commission. So I know part of your consternation might be around that. So don't worry, it's going to be good. It's good. It's going to be good. Everything, everything. Cosmic justice happens. So, that other expression, shit happens. Well, cosmic justice happens. Not to worry, folks. All right. Much love, everyone. I'll see you again next month. Take care.